someone had said to you, right, I'm going to back you.
Yep.
I'm going to write you a check. What do you want me to? What's going to cover you for this year that you feel comfortable?
Challenge Tour, full year, 50,000.
And at this point, again, going back to like the funding, how are you funding all this? Like when you turned pro, did you get a load of endorsement deals? Did you expect to get like massive, suddenly Pinga signing you up and you're getting a clothing brand deal, you're getting orange and pink pants from Jay Lindenberg? Like what was the financial side of it at that point?
Management company at the time gave me a credit card and said, this is going to help like fund you until you can pay it back, basically.
Right.
So
you have to book your flights, accommodation.
Management company tended to take care of that, but flights, accommodation. But all of a sudden, from playing amateur stuff and I'm spending £300, £400 a week, it now goes to professional world and I'm spending £2,000, £3,000 a week.
Wow.
And you're thinking,
and because of what was the biggest cost? Is it travel, accommodation,
caddy, accommodation? I mean, people don't really think about things like this, but you're paying a caddy £800,000-900,000 a week sometimes, and they tend to not add that to the subtotal.
God, because that is it. You've got like coach, you're still paying on like Adrian, you still
per lesson basically.
Per lesson,
yeah.
So because I know some coaches go on more like a retainer, don't they, at that level? Things like accommodation and travel and things like that. They just you just got the management bucket, but you're paying for it basically through this credit card.
Yeah. So it's going on a never credit card until I can pay it back.
And were you ever worried about this point? Are you thinking, God, I'm spending a lot of money here. This feels more pressure now because I've just spent $2,000 to play in this event.
Yep.
And now you're looking at the leaderboard and going, well, I've got to finish top 10.
Yeah. Well, I remember like the pressures of turn pro. Went to obviously first stage, second stage, final stage of qualifying, and before you know it, I owed amounts on this credit card because I'm not winning any money at these events, but the expenses are through the roof. And then I think it was India, my first event on Challenge Tour, and I think I finished 14th in India. But all the time I was looking at how much I owed on the credit card and where I had to finish to pay this credit card off, because it was the first time I've experienced money like it, really.
And is this normal? Like, when you're talking to other pros out on tour, are they in similar kind of positions?
Yeah, some are fortunate enough to have like a backup money, but at the time I didn't, and it certainly does eat away at you. Like it was always on the back of my mind. Like, how much do I owe? Where do I need to finish? Oh no, I've missed another cut.
And do you think that hampered your performance?
A little bit, definitely. It's hard not to let it eat away at you at times, but I never had that comfort blanket of like £30,000, £40,000 behind me just to say, right,
I was just
going
to ask what would have been like in your first year if somebody said to me, if someone had said to you, right, I'm going to back you.
Yep.
I'm going to write you a check. What do you want me to? What's going to cover you for this year that you feel comfortable?
Challenge Tour, full year, 50,000.
Wow.
So I could write you a check for 50 grand.
Yep.
I might never see that money again because you might not make 50 grand.
No.
Because again, even if you made 50 grand, it's going to come straight back to me.
Yeah.
You'd think, or some sort of agreement there.
Yeah.
You'd have to be making 100 grand, so you get 50, I get 50. I've made my money back.
Don't forget the tax man.
The tax man.
Yeah. See, that's just the thing though. Like, say if that was the case, you were £100,000. I mean, you probably wouldn't keep your card, I don't imagine, with that, would you?
On Challenge Tour, you'd be doing well, yeah.
So you do.
Yeah.
But then by the time you've paid your sponsor back and you said you've paid your tax man, it's still not going to be a bad salary at all, but it's not quite as glamorous as people would think when they see you jetting off to Spain, going playing golf, and that's your career. You could earn that in an office, if you get what I mean. It's not as glamorous, possibly, as it sounds, is it?
The expenses are so high in golf, like being a professional golfer, that people don't often see that. Like they'll see on the European Tour website, oh, you've earned 20 grand this week, but
yeah, it's
when you've paid local tax and then you've paid all your expenses,
Caddy
and then
as well,
your
isn't it?
caddy, you're giving him a percentage. It really doesn't work out.
And you have to pay local tax plus then tax when you get back home on your earnings as well.
Withholding tax, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then other things like, did also a lot of these decisions then decide where you stayed? Like, did you have to level down on your accommodation because you can't be spending a load of money on accommodation? Did you have to stay in some dives?
Definitely. Some weeks, well, I wouldn't say dives, but didn't stay in the official hotels every week. Official hotels were generally the like costliest way to do it, but you'd stay 2 miles down the road for maybe half the price, or you could get a house with 8 of you in, and it would be much, much cheaper doing it that way.
Yeah.
So I definitely did that, especially when I started to see credit card bills racking up, and you think,